All right, guys, let's go over the guided practice. If you notice where the answer is supposed to be normally, I said watch the video. This isn't one of those problems where I can just write an answer. There's multiple answers. You have to draw tables, you have to write charts. So it's just easier just to watch the video, okay? So, number one, let's see. Always read the directions first. It says, two friends are each saving money in their bank accounts. Marcus saves $10 each week, while David saves $15 each week. And number one asks you to make a table for each friend that shows the total amount saved for 1, 2, 3, and 4 weeks. List the information as ordered pairs, weeks to total dollars saved. So it actually even tells you what the ratio is. Okay? Okay, let me be clear with what I just said. When you're graphing ratio tables, you're still making ratio tables. So what I suggested with the other lecture in the notes was write the ratio table first. Okay? So again, it all starts with a simple ratio. What are we comparing? We are comparing weeks to total saved. Right? Weeks to money. In fact, I'm just going to do that and make it easier for myself. Weeks to money. Alright, the thing here is we have two people to worry about. So we have to write two ratio tables. Now, I realize some of you don't like doing extra work. And if you feel like you don't need to do this, I'll let you decide. But just to be clear, I'm going to do it anyways for people that don't get it yet. And if you don't get it yet, that's not a comment on you. It's just we're all different. Okay? So anyways, weeks to money. It tells us that Marcus saves $10 a week. And we have to make a listing of 4 weeks. So week 1, week 2, week 3, week 4. And after 1 week, Marcus saves $10, and then 20, and then 30, and then 40. All I'm doing is skip counting. $10 a week, right? Plus 10, plus 10. And I know this is review, but it doesn't hurt to do this. And of course, you know here, plus 1, plus 1, plus 1, same thing. So David, same idea. I'm just going to go ahead and write the numbers. But we're still comparing weeks to money. So with him, same 4 weeks. 1, 2, 3, 4. But he saves $15 a week. So $15, 30, 45, 60. And as you can already guess, I'm just skip counting by 15. Skip counting by 1 here. Or 15 times 2, 15 times 3, 15 times 4. Okay? Alright, so there are the ratio tables that we're looking at. But now we have to set it up in a way so that we can graph these ratios as ordered pairs. Okay. Now the good thing is the book already does it for you. You just have to fill in the pages or fill in the numbers. And I could just put the page right here and here, look at the answers. But I said this before, and I mean it. It doesn't hurt to actually do the work. Get your hand used to doing the work. Okay. So weeks. Money saved, and then the ordered pair. Okay. Now, according to this, the weeks is going to be the x-coordinate, right? The weeks will be the x-coordinate. The money will be the y-coordinate, and together you have an xy situation. Okay. And I'm going to do the same thing for David. Okay, draw the lines. Alright, now the beauty of it is you already did the hard work. It's already there. It's already here. You just got to write it down. Okay? So, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 10, 20, 30, 40. Okay, and then same thing here. Oh, wait, forgot to put it together. So, XY, 110. XY, 220. 330. 440. And same thing here. 1, 2, 3, 4. 15, 30, 45, and 60. 115. It's the same thing, same process all over again. Now, as we're doing this, think about why are we doing this in the first place? We are doing this to make all these numbers visual. We're going to transform this into something visual that with your eyes you can see and figure out what the graph is telling you. Sorry, you can figure out what the information here tells you. All right. Now some of you can figure out, okay, I know what's going on here, but it's always so much easier with a graph. It really is. Okay. So here we go. And that's number one, believe it or not. This was number one. Setting up the ratio tables, but in this form, right? In ordered pair form, if you want to call it that. All right, number two is all about graphing it. Graphing it. I know some of you were expressing a little fear about this, and it really is nothing to be scared of. You're just drawing lines. Okay? Now, granted, there's more than that. It's a little bit more than that. You can't just draw the line and say, I'm done. That would be nice, but not quite. All right. Trying to get this to not tip. There we go. Hopefully that works. You know what? It's kind of embarrassing, but that's okay. You know what? We'll just do this. All right, we have our x-axis and our y-axis. Let's label them. This represents the weeks. This represents the money, right? Weeks to money. And it all begins here at the center, the origin, 0, 0, but they both meet here. Now, the x-axis is pretty easy. It goes from 1 to 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, not bad. Not bad, not bad. Now, here's the deal. If you look at the y-coordinates, the highest one is 40, the highest one is 60. So basically I'm going from 0 to 60. That being the highest one. Now it's up to you how much you want to set the interval at. Do you want to group count by twos? Well, if you can see, it's 2, 4, 6, 8. That's going to be a lot. You're not going to have enough space. You can do 5s. You can do 10s, I believe. You can do 8s, whatever feels more comfortable with you. But what I'm going to do, and the book does this as well, I'm going to just go by 10s and see if that works. 50, 40, 30, 20, and 10 somewhere there. Okay. It's not perfect. It's not perfect, but it works. All right. Now, for the exam, you're only going to have one graph to work with. The goal here is to graph both Marcus and David on the same graph. So let me do this first. I'm going to say the green is David. So I'll graph him first. Oh, sorry, Marcus. I guess the order doesn't matter. You're still going to graph it either way. But okay, so here we go. Marcus. Always start at the center. The 0. The origin. 1. Again, the x-coordinate tells you if you go left or right. It's the x-coordinate, left or right. 1. Y-coordinate is 10, so you go up. Now eventually we're going to get to the point where you can get down as well, go negative. But right now it's just positive. It's just quadrant 1. Okay? You saw the videos, you know what I mean. Quadrant 1. Okay, 110, 220, 330, 1, 2, 3, 10, 20, 30, and then 4, 40. Now, I know I'm going kind of fast. I'm just going straight to the number, but I've been doing so long, I already know, hey, you just go right to the x-coordinate, and then you go up or down, depending on the y-coordinate. All right, so that's Marcus. Okay. Now we're going to say this color is David. All right, for David, we have 1, 15. Now here's the deal. 15 isn't here, but you know 15 is in between 10 and 20, so somewhere there. Again, it's not going to be perfect, and that's okay. Unless you use graph paper and you measure everything perfectly, it's not going to be perfect. So don't hate yourself or don't say, oh, this is dumb and getting it wrong. No. It's just the best guess, okay? Now, I know the way I wrote it looks like 20, and I apologize for that. But, again, it's not going to be perfect. So 115, right? Pretty close. 230. 1, 2. 230 is right there. 345. 40, 45, somewhere here. And 460. All right. Let me draw a line here to separate that. This is just like my little color box. I know what each color means. And that is number 2. You had to graph it. Now, number 3 says, okay, how do the ratios of Marcus's savings and David's savings compare? How is this showing in the graph? Okay. From what I'm looking at, it looks like for the same amount of time, David is saving more money. All right? So according to the graph, it looks like David is saving more money per week. Now, if you really want to put it in, you can put down he saves $15 and Marcus saves $10. But you already know that because of this. So I guess the idea here, to make it easier, if someone didn't see this, because normally when you see graphs for businesses, they don't show you this part. They don't show you this part. They just show you, here's the graph, what do you understand? Right? So if I didn't have this, what would you understand from this graph? Like, okay, all right, look, let's look. It looks like David is saving more money per week. It looks like he's saving, well, here I'd say 20, but that would be a mistake. But we both know it's 15, right? And we got, to make it easier, I might even put down the coordinate here. Just 115. On the quiz, I'm not going to ask you to do that, but I'm just letting you know that that's supposed to be 15, the y coordinate. So it looks like he's saving $15 a week. And since David's line is steeper, it's higher, it's at a higher angle, right? It's he's saving money faster. He's gonna have more money saved over time, over the same time as oh, I'm confusing here. I should have done it the other way around, but that's okay. So let's go again. I can see that Marcus is saving $10 a week. I can see David's saving $15 a week just by looking at the graph. I also know that since David's line is steeper, he's saving money at a faster rate. So for any given amount of time, if we go down to 10 weeks, 20 weeks, we know David's going to have a lot more money than Marcus saved up. Okay? So that's just one possible answer. Okay? So let me write down what I just said. This is number 3. Number 3. I can see, oh, apparently you can't see, ironically, I can see that David is saving $15 a week. Marcus is saving 10. And this is just from the graph. Marcus is saving $10 a week. David's line, and it is a line if you look at it, is steeper. So his rate of savings is greater than Marcus's. And actually, the apostrophe should be in front of the S, not behind it. There's only one Marcus. Okay, so what did I do? I answered two real questions. What did I learn from graph? And then physically, I mean, when I say physically, literally, when you look at the graph, what do you see? If you took out the labels, if you took out the words, you just saw the straight lines, physically, what do you see? So let me review this. What did I just do? Because that's what you're going to have to do for the quiz. What did you learn from the graph? And what do you actually see? What did you learn? What do you see? Okay. I learned that David is saving $15 a week and that Marcus is saving $10 a week. I see that David's line is steeper, so his rate of savings is greater than Marcus's. And that's it. That's it for the guided practice, guys.